strength, teamwork, and self-discipline. 3 core values that head coaches Alison Swain and Lindsay Gottlieb have instilled in their student athletes on the court, and traits they've had to embody themselves as mothers. Swain is in her 7th year at the helm for the women of Troy's tennis team and has given birth to 2 children during her tenure as head coach. She's believed to be the first to ever do so at USC.
I was nervous about it, right? Like being the first or not having anybody else to look to here that had been pregnant as a head coach with the demands of recruiting and traveling with your team and everything that's involved in this job and managing a staff and your players. I was nervous about it.
The learning curve was quick for Swain, who was determined to continue her duties as head coach while pregnant and in postpartum.
I coached practice the day before I gave birth, and I was happy to do it. And honestly, my second pregnancy went so much faster in months 8 and 9 because I was so busy, and I kept saying, I'm going to take 4, I'm going to take 5 weeks and come back. And people, I think, had learned at that point to listen to me and and not tell me I was crazy, and that's what I did. And it was busy. You know, I've got a pack and play in my office. Kaya came to work with me a lot.
Over on a different court, head coach Lindsay Gottlieb strives to bring her whole self in everything she does. Being authentic, however, also brings a level of vulnerability, but Gottlieb credits those around her for fostering a safe environment where she can be head coach and mom at the same time.
A lot of trust with a lot of people. I mean, I joke with, you know, our team, our male staff members have seen me just kind of be like, okay, let me turn this way because I got to nurse the baby, you know, in the middle of a bus ride or a plane ride. So there's a lot of trust with the people that I work with. There's a lot, I think, of vulnerability of everybody. And I think they know that both things are really important to me, that I don't want to be any less of a coach because I have kids. I don't want to be any less available to our players, and at the same time I don't want to shortchange my family. They're amazing and flexible. I mean, my husband has to deal with, you know, all the craziness of the coaching world.
To some degree, it was a risk for both coaches to choose the unknown and blend work and family. But in reality, the decision to do so has not only enriched their lives, but also those around them.
Both my kids have a disability. Both of them have Down syndrome, or trisomy 21 is the term we use. That was a surprise in both my pregnancies. My players have been amazing through it. I think they're incredibly supportive of my daughters, and I think both ways. Like, my daughters, especially the older one, are seeing what they're capable of by watching my players, and my daughters have certainly changed my husband and my viewpoint on disability, and I think maybe we've done the same for some of my players and some of my staff who have spent time with my kids.
Patrick and I realize how lucky we are that both Jordan and Reese have the most incredible role models around them, that they get to grow up seeing, you know, kind of greatness. They think it's kind of regular life, but it's not. They get to do a lot of cool things, but mainly I think it's the interactions with the women on our team, I think, that are priceless for me.
Both Swain and Gottlieb have carved their own path, and in doing so have shown that it's possible to do both. Pursuing a career in sports and becoming a mother are not mutually exclusive.
Honestly, I think more about what I'm modeling to my athletes at this point, and I want them to see that they can decide what kind of life they want and make that for themselves, even when it's hard.
It's definitely doable, you know. But you have to give yourself the grace to say, it might not be. I mean, whatever you want to be as a parent. Like, I'm not home at 5 o'clock cooking dinner per se, you know. But for me, it looks different.
You can't make everything in life your priority, but you can make a few things in your life your priority. And if one of those is your work and your family, you can absolutely do that.